Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, this is BestInSlot, and tonight we're going to update our dinosaur rankings for Jurassic World Evolution with the three new additions, the Arana Soros, the Albertosaurus, and the Euoplocephalus. I'm going to bring up my current list right now. This is without those three new dinosaurs, and then at the end of the video, I'll bring up the final image as well, and you'll see where they slot in on the overall thing. But as per usual, I would love to know how you guys rank these dinosaurs. Where would you put them? Which one's your favourite? And we'll discuss each individual dinosaur as we go through the list. So, first up at number 29, let's meet our first dinosaur. Now, Euoplocephalus is a good example of a dinosaur that, just like the Herrerasaurus with the Carnivore dinosaur pack, a dinosaur I loved pre-release, and then unfortunately it came out and it fell quite hard in my estimations. Euoplocephalus is pretty cool. It's a great dinosaur for challenge mode and stuff. It's got great requirements, it's nice and easy to research, and for an ankylosaurian, I will say it's got some surprisingly cool skins. The default one I really like. This one over here, which is the step pattern, is also pretty cool. There's a lot more colour and variation found here than in most of the other ankylosaurid dinosaurs in the game. The Euoplocephalus unfortunately falls down a little. It's adorable, it's really well modelled, it is more realistic as well than a lot of the dinosaurs in the game. It doesn't necessarily accurately look like a Euoplocephalus, but it's definitely halfway there, and it's got this more modern interpretation of what an ankylosaurian would look like, rather than the big bulk of, say, the Ankylosaurus itself. Unfortunately, as with most dinosaurs like this, it's a very hard dinosaur to make unique. It's a very hard dinosaur to make feel special. It's got a big lack of unique animations, even compared to the Aranosaurus and definitely compared to the Albertosaurus. There's just a lack of unique animations that make it feel special. So whilst it may look interesting, initially it's got this really nice yellow patterning. I find that the lack of variety in the skins overall is still a little bit much, and the lack of variety in animations puts it only about middle of the pack. It's 29th, it's done well, it's in the top half, you know, just about squeezes its way in there. And it's definitely a cute little dinosaur, but it's just, it doesn't feel as special to me now as it once did, I will say. Which is a shame. I'm sorry, Euoplocephalus, but 29th, you should be fairly that's not bad going. Not bad going at all. So Euoplocephalus comes, oh, I'm looking at getting up. Euoplocephalus comes third in our dinosaurs, but who will take the second spot? Coming in at number 20 is our next dinosaur. Adorable. I will say the Aranosaurus is the opposite of the Euoplo. I did not love the Arano pre-release, but seeing it bounding around like a giant duck-billed puppy with some beautiful skins we'll take a look at in a second, along with some unique animations and the fact that it remains quadrupedal all the time, basically. This is a dinosaur that very, very, very rarely stands on 2 feet. Really does make it feel unique. I also believe, and people may be wanting to correct me here, but it was pointed out in the subreddit, I think the sail, the hump, has been changed a little bit to get just a little bit more definition than it once had. I think the line along here between the main body and the hump has been better defined, and therefore it sticks out a little bit more, and it looks a lot nicer. It also doesn't have the... We saw it in the pre-release, it looked a little bit like it was made out of plastic, right? It had this very plasticky, rubbery effect to it. I think that has either been toned down, or it was just the screenshots making it look worse than it was. It's got some brilliant skins as well. Honestly, the more time I spend with Aranosaurus, the more I think it could probably move above that 20th slot. This Rainforest Skin, the challenge mode skin, is really unique. It really stands out in this game. It just looks unlike anything else in the entire game. The Wetland Skin as well. No, you're not the Wetland Skin. This one here. This one. No, what are you doing? This one here, the Wetland Skin, is beautiful. Those shades of green, really, really vibrant. The duckbill stands out really well, really makes the Aranosaurus feel and look different. And it's adorable. It's a big, humpy puppy, which is not a sentence I really thought I was going to say today, but here we are, folks. Here we are. So Aranosaurus takes 20th on my list. 7 slots above the Euoplocephalus. I will say, like I said, the more time I spend with the Aranosaurus, the more I want to move it higher onto my list. Out of all the iguanodontids and hadrosaurids in the game, if we just clump all those together, Aranosaurus may have taken second spot in my heart. Honestly, the more I look at the list, the more I think I need to rearrange it. I don't think Spinosaurus would take number 1 anymore. Anyways, great skins, lovely quadrupedalness, great animations, Arana good dinosaur, high five. Top third it got into, to squeak this way into the top 33 recurring percent. 33.3%, you know what I mean. Moving on. So coming in at number 12 and not quite squeaking into the top 10, I believe this is the first time in a while we've had a DLC where none of the dinosaurs made their way into the top 10. That sounds like a negative, but it's not so bad. But number 3 on our list, our final dinosaur for today, is the Albertosaurus. Well said, buddy. Albertosaurus has quite a lot going for it. Now, let's just cover the negatives of the Albertosaurus first of all. Unlike the Ouranosaurus, which kind of got rid of that rubbery texture, the Albertosaurus has it in spades. It looks like a toy. The skin texture is just, for some reason, lacking definition. You can see here, it's very shiny. It looks like it's made out of plastic. It really is a shame, because for me, that is the only downside on the Albertosaurus. The eyebrows, again, maybe a little bit too big. I know they're meant to be big, but maybe a little bit too big. But that's not really a big deal. It makes the dinosaur look unique. Albertosaurus has amazing skins. Look at these. The skins are beautiful. They're unique amongst the larger carnivores. It really stands out with this kind of camo, sort of esque, inky blend. And the other ones, most of the alternates are pretty cool as well. Not as nice as the Ouranosaurus is, although the alternate pattern we've got here with the scaling and then the very different counter shading colour underneath with the yellow is really interesting as well. Let's take a look at one of the others. There we go, lovely green boy. And over here, yeah, it's beautiful. We've got this really nice shade, variety of shades of colours, loads of different colours, loads of different saturations, two beautiful, very unique textures as well. The patterning looks very different across the Albertosauruses and against all the other dinosaurs in the game. And it has way more animations than both the Arana and definitely the Euoplocephalus. And it's hard to make a herbivore have unique animations because it's not going to go kill humans, it's not going to kill, you know, goats and stuff like that. It's harder to squeeze in those animations. They tend to have less limbs as well, and the limbs kind of help. He's so weird. He's such a weird little dinosaur. The Albertosaurus has this amazing kind of nervous energy about it sometimes. The way it acts, the way it moves, it kind of seems unsure of itself, and it makes it very appealing to me. The noise it makes as well, it's not quite a full-on screech, but every now and again it gets quite close to that JPOG screech, and to me it sounds really, really cool. It is a shame about the skin texture, but that is my only fault against what is a fairly lovely dinosaur. And along with that, we have one of the cooler human kill animations in the entire game. I really do think with a better texture, Albertosaurus maybe would have made its way into the top 10. Albertosaurus spends a long time sniffing the ground. Never really been sure why, but I quite like it as an animation. It's just a great little dinosaur, it really is. Now, it's interesting that no dinosaur broke into the top 10, which sounds like a negative, but I will say, I think overall the quality of these dinosaurs as a group is still higher than any of the other DLCs we've had before. There's no big losers. There's no Ankylodocus. There's no Acrocanthos. No, wait, not Acro. I love the Acro. There's no Carcharodontosaurus. I'd say the last pack, the Carnivores pack, is definitely up there as well. Those are two of the higher quality packs. And all the newer DLCs really do have an advantage, just because they've clearly put more effort these days into unique animations on the dinosaurs, and these unique animations are fundamental to making the dinosaurs feel special and unique. I will say I think I prefer the Carnivores pack, but this is a close second. Anyways, we're going to watch this in slow motion because it's cool, basically. So let's go ahead, timescale, boop, there we go. This is just, it's one of my favourite human kills, if not potentially, I think I prefer the Acro. Oh, don't go in the darkness, you big, okay, I can fix that really quickly. Might be a bit late there. Who's a hungry boy? Okay, we should be able to get another one very, very soon. Oh! It's the knockback there, right? We need to see one of these ones start. Can you all stop being silly? We get to see these dinosaurs in really nice detail, and I don't know, it fits really well into the canon, it looks unique, it stands out, it's got great skins. It makes me think back to the Carcharodontosaurus, which I hate so much. Although I will say, since release, the Carcharodontosaurus has actually been made slightly better. I haven't done a video on it, I was meant to mention it, but basically, there's a bit of an error with the skins for the Carcharodontosaurus. They weren't as vivid as they were meant to be, and it's actually been improved fairly recently. Okay, I think we're about to get our kill finally. Oh, there's one over there as well. There we go, right, we're going to watch this in slow motion, and then we're done. I just love it so much. which probably says quite a lot about me, but let's ignore that. This is Mandy. How you doing, Mandy? Mandy's just... Oh, Mandy's aware. Mandy's got different coloured eyes. She's got like a diachromatic thing going on here. Very spooky. She's kind of spooked. She's stand still. Everyone else is screaming and running away. Everybody. And Mandy's here just going, I'll probably be okay. What's the worst that could happen? Oh, Mandy. If only you knew. Albertosaurus is locked in on Mandy. No, actually, I'm so sorry if you're called Mandy. I'm just narrating your death here. I would say it's only this part of the body here where that rubbery texture really comes to the fore. I think because the face has lots of different patterning going on, you don't see it as much. It looks more textured. It's just this big space here. It looks like it needs a little bit more detail. Anyways, Mandy falls over for no apparent reason. I don't know why. I love how the tail like moves side to side as he's approaching as well. Mandy turns around, gonna face her attacker. Does a little scream. The Albertosaurus sniffs her, you know, knocks her back onto the ground a little bit, steps on her left leg. Mandy reacts. He pulls her back onto the ground. She'd already be pretty messed up by then, and then he digs down, grabs her, chomps down, and swallows Mandy whole. That's a sentence and a half, isn't it? I think it's got great animations, great skins, great textures. It's a cool dinosaur. Simple as that, folks. It's a cool dinosaur, and it takes 12th on our list. It could be better though. They all could be better. Euoplocephalus with some better animations. Arana Soros. Yeah, I don't know. It's done well. It's done well, the Ouranosaurus. It should be proud of itself taking such a high spot. And yeah, that's about it. That is my personal ranking. I'm going to bring up right now the list. You guys can see exactly what my where these dinosaurs fit in our overall rankings. More importantly, I love that so much. You can see where these dinosaurs fit in our overall rankings. Let me know, where would you rank them? I will say I expected the Euoplocephalus to take a much higher position than it eventually took pre-release, but the Ouranosaurus really raised up in my estimations, and the cool animations like this one for the Albertosaurus made me love it a lot more. But I'd really love to know what you guys at home think. Thank you so much for joining me. Cheers much as always. Bye-bye. Hey folks, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you want to help support me a little bit more, you can do so at patreon.com/bestinslot. There's a link in the description down below. Every little really does help in times like these, but it's not at all expected, and by just watching the video you've already helped me out massively, and it makes you a pretty cool person, so well done you. Thanks for joining me either way, I'll see you next time.